Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. My name is Pete and this is a 5-minute Bags of Action review of I See You, formerly known as D-Tox, from 2002. A lead detective being stalked by a serial killer is asked to check into a clinic treating law enforcement officials who can't face their jobs. An interesting high premise. This is directed by Jim Gillespie, who also did I Know What You Did Last Summer and more recently Takedown. It's based on the book Jitter Joint by Howard Swindle, with a screenplay by Ron L. Brinkerhoff, whose only other screenplay credit is the Kevin Costner movie The Guardian. When I saw this pop on Netflix, I was really surprised to see a Sylvester Stallone movie listed that I'd never heard of. So I did a quick Google search and I realised that I See You was originally called D-Tox, which I had heard of. In fact, I think I might have seen it before, but I wasn't 100% certain, so I watched it anyway. Now, the cast in this movie is pretty great. So, as I say, stars Sylvester Stallone. Alongside him, you've got Charles S. Hutton, who's been in loads of things like Alien 3 and Gothica. Polly Walker, who was in John Carter, and recently in TV series Pennyworth. Tom Berenger from Platoon, Sniper and Inception, Kris Kristofferson from Blade and Payback, Jeffrey Wright from Hold the Dark, The Hunger Games and TV series Westworld, British TV stalwart Christopher Fulford, who's recently been in Manhunt and A Confession, Stephen Lang from Avatar and Tombstone, Robert Patrick from Terminator 2 and one of my favourites, The Faculty, Robert Prosky from Gremlins 2 and The Last Action Hero, Courtney B. Vance from The Hunt for Red October and Terminator Genesis, and Sean Patrick Flanery, of course, from Boondock Saints and Suicide Kings, who was the young Indiana Jones in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. And Dina Meyer from Starship Troopers, Johnny Mnemonic and the Saw movies, and a host of others. That isn't even the full cast, but there's some really good, credible names in there. So this film starts off really wanting you to think that it's going to be like Seven. It's really, the opening is very much in that vein. Sly's character, Jake Malloy, is being taunted by a serial killer he's investigating, who then goes after his much younger wife. I quite like the opening, and with Charles S. Dutton playing alongside Stallone, I thought this could be really interesting. There's a really good on-foot chase sequence and some genuinely gripping moments as Malloy desperately tries to get to his wife in time and then try to take down the killer. Things then start to go off the boil, well, for me at least. Once Malloy is upset about his wife being killed and then he goes off to this detox clinic of the original title, it just gets a little bit... It feels like a different movie and not as good a movie in my opinion. The excellent cast I half listed off earlier are almost completely wasted. There are so many people involved that even for an ensemble movie, you never quite get a sense of who any of these characters actually are. They appear either to be two-dimensional or they're so much larger than life with limited screen time, it's hard to get any kind of handle on who they are. When the bodies start to mount up and characters get killed off at a ridiculous rate, the film descends into standard haunted house territory, really. Films like Alien and Event Horizon do that kind of thing masterfully, and that's mainly down to knowing all the people as to who are getting killed and caring about them. Same thing with something like Predator. Here, the characters, bar maybe Stallone's, are nothing more than sketches or almost extended cameos, and some excellent acting talent is wasted as a result in this movie. And there's not enough action to compensate for that. Sly's as good as ever, as are those around him, but with such a small amount of screen time, they're not really given enough to do. The snowy setting and the way the film plays out, I think it would almost love to be a different take on The Thing, but that comparison makes this film seem even more average as a result, because that is an all-time classic, the Kurt Russell version. Now, the fact I can't remember if I've seen this or not, I still don't know if I saw it before or not, but that kind of sums it up. It's a forgettable movie and a reminder that even an action star of the level of Sly Stallone doesn't always end up doing great movies. It's a bit mad to think that this was only 5 years after Copland, arguably his greatest ever performance, and 4 years before Rocky Balboa relaunched that franchise. But perhaps that explains why he returned to his old characters and started taking more creative control over his films again. Maybe because of films like this. So with all things considered, this should have been so much better with that premise and that cast. I think that ICU or D-Tox scrapes 2 bags of action out of 5 for me. Have you seen ICU, or did you see it back in the day when it was called D-Tox? Do you agree with my assessment of it? Feel free to comment down below or get in touch with us via email, Facebook, or over on Twitter. We have new episodes coming out every week and alongside our full-length podcast with me and, of course, my co-host. And don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell to make us happy and get notifications.